Guys, welcome back to my YouTube cooking channel. Thank you for watching Nikel's Food for the Soul. Hump Day, guys. Again, I'm Sheikah Brown, and thank you for tuning in to Nikel's Food for the Soul. So today I will be bringing to you guys a quick and easy but sexy mid-week dish. I have going on, I'm sure you guys how to do deep fried lobster tail along with lamb chops, and I have different herbs. It's like a herb, lemon, garlic butter, lamb chops over some grilled asparagus, and I'm also grilled the lamb chops. I'm gonna get started. I already pretty much cracked one lobster tail open, and it's make sure you always clean it. They're pre-cleaned. I cleaned them before. So I'm gonna show you guys, and this is a dinner for two. So depending on how many you guys are feeding, of course you'll add more. I have things already mixed, but don't forget I will have the exact measurement in the bottom of the description alone under the like, comment, subscribe, and notification button. So don't forget that. So again, I will briefly go through the seasoning that I will be using, but the exact measurement will be in the bottom. So this is another lobster tail. To get started with cutting the lobster tail open before you deep fry, I use a pair of cooking scissors. And I kind of just cut down the middle. And you don't want to cut all the way through because you want to leave the meat attached to the tail. And to kind of help loosen, you can, and you will hear the cracking. You just kind of breaking the meat, loosen the meat, so it'll be easier to pull. So once you get it loosened, do the very top, and you'll hear the cracking noise. That's how you know you're loosening the meat. And when you open it up, just use your 2 fingers, or whichever is comfortable for you guys. I found it easier to just use your fingers and kind of be gentle with it, because you don't want to pull the entire meat out unless you want to deep fry them without the shell. I like leaving the shells on because it's just prettier to me. So I'm just kind of, as you see, I'm using my finger to kind of loosen or lift up the meat, kind of out the shell, not all the way, just pretty much until you get down to the end and it looks like this. And again, I already pre-cleaned it, but usually if you see the little black line in the middle, you want to remove that. So once you get the lobster out, you just kind of fold it back over like that. And that's how, you see how easy and quick and fast that was? That's how you guys go ahead and remove the centerpiece from the lobster tail. I'm gonna do a quick washing of my hand. You guys can keep looking at that for a second. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with the lobster first, because I want the batter to kind of sit on it for a couple of minutes while I show you guys how to season the asparagus and the chops. So in here you can buy a store-bought seafood batter. I have a mixture of cornmeal and flour, and I have a little bit of the same seasoning I'm gonna use to season the lobster tail as well. You don't have to use a lot because seafood take very well to seasoning. I do want to add just a little kosher salt. Just a little, because like I said, it depends on if you already season your flour base. It's a I like mine a little spicy, so depending on what you guys like. But you don't want to leave out the spice. So I'm adding a little cayenne pepper, and I'm gonna use this same season. It may look like I'm putting a little more, but I'm also gonna rub the seasoning on the top, on the back of the lobster as well. So I'm kind of like double coating. Of course, you're gonna use your garlic powder. And just put it on there. I got a little Cajun seasoning. And I guess you would say this is about a teaspoon. So, teaspoon to cover both sides. And onion powder. And a little seafood seasoning. Seafood seasoning optional. I'm just going to do a little bit of it. Because you have the Cajun seasoning. Most time the Cajun seasoning is going to be more seafood seasoning. Or some people like to use Old Bay seasoning. So depending on seafood seasoning is pretty much the same thing as Old Bay. So you're going to take and be gentle because you don't want to break the meat. And kind of just take some of the seasoning and rub it on the back side as well. And then you're going to repeat the steps. Make sure the whole lobster tail gets coated. And then what you want to do is take the meat part and put it in the flour mixture. Make sure you cover the entire tail. And just shake it off. Make sure you get all the loose flour off. And then repeat the step. It's an easy process, and it's a fast, sexy dish that you guys can do midweek, but you get the same effect or the same, I guess, look of a five-star dining meal. Who don't love a good lobster tail? I can eat seafood every day. So I just make sure, and this is more than enough flour mixture. I just rather have enough than too little. So, and just shake it off. And that's how it should look. So I'm gonna move this out of you guys' way while you keep taking a look at that. And then I'll come back and start on the asparagus and the lamb chops. And I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit so you guys can see. And then I'm gonna wash up. Okay, so while they sit here for a second, on to the lamb chops and asparagus. And I'm gonna go ahead and start my indoor grill so it can be pretty much heated. And I'm just cut it on medium to high. I already have the deep fryer going on at about 350. So with the asparagus, it's pretty simple. I just spread a little bit with some extra virgin olive oil. The same with the jalapeno. This is optional. I just love heat, so I'm actually gonna grill some jalapeno peppers as well. So I just make sure the asparagus they're nice and coated, and I'm gonna use a little bit of kosher salt. And I'm going to toss this around. So, like everything is falling on the top, but I'm going to toss it around. And then I'm going to use some black pepper. And I love garlic in everything. I'm going to actually use my, my mixture. And just kind of give this a quick toss. And I want the jalapenos to have that same seasoning. Again, this is optional. The seasoning you like. If you just like the salt and pepper on your asparagus, that's fine. But we like it seasoned over here. So I'm using a little more seasoned. And prior, I had already kind of used a little of, I got a whole lemon and cut it in half. And I'm squeezing up so the seeds won't fall. And I also let it hit on my chops as well. And it's the same that I have in the seasoning I'm using for the chops. Now for the chops, I have fresh herbs. You can do just rosemary, but I have rosemary, thyme, and parsley. And some extra virgin olive oil, kosher salt and pepper, lemon juice, and the Cajun season, again, because I wanted the Cajun. And I mixed it all together. Again, the ingredients will be in the bottom, so don't worry. If it seems like I'm going too fast, I will have everything for you in the bottom. And you just kind of brush it on your lamb chop. You don't want to leave out the fresh herbs. I would recommend not to substitute for dry herbs. It really makes a difference. So you want to take the time to make sure you get the fresh herbs. You can get them already cut up, or you can buy them whole and just chop them up yourself. But make sure you do fresh instead of dry. So I'm going to repeat these steps for the rest of the chops. And then we're going to get everything on the grill once I'm done. I have finished covering all of the lamb chops in the sauce, as you see. And again, this is my garlic, my herb mixture. All the ingredients will be in the bottom, but it's a mixture of fresh herbs. I have rosemary, thyme, parsley, lemon juice, extra virgin olive oil, Cajun seasoning, and kosher salt. I'm going to start with the lobster first because it takes the lobster a good 7 to 8 minutes to cook. And it takes the lamb chops, they're small lamb chops, so about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the lobster tail first. And I'm using my deep fryer. So you can hear it all nice and hot. I'm going to put those guys in and let them cook. And then the grill is nice and hot and smoky, which is where you want it. I'm going to throw in the asparagus. The grill's trying to get away from it. I won't use that one. And if you guys don't like asparagus, you can do something else. I try to sneak in some type of green every chance I get. And I love asparagus. But you can do French string beans. I like to use those. They look like baby asparagus. Come back here. Something always trying to get away from me. Okay, then I'm going to put on my chop. Make sure you get all that ooey gooey goodness. Let me see. Then I'm going to add, I'm grilling my peppers as well. I can put them on that sometime. Okay. I like juice, so I'm going to just add that on and I'll make sure I don't miss none of that good seasoning. As you see, everything is cooking good. Like I said, it don't take long for chops. Depends on the temperature you like yours. Some people like them medium well. Some like them well done. So it depends on your temperature, but even if you like them well done, I would say no more than 5 minutes on each side. And you should be good to go. As you can see, that it don't take long, not at all. So I'm gonna leave that on for about another minute or two on that side. That one is a little thicker, so I may leave that one on for like 4 to 5 minutes, so depending on how thick they are. And move this out of your way. And you can kind of see the lobster. They're coming along pretty good. They're not finished. So I'll leave them in a little longer. And I just want a quick char on the peppers. It don't take them long as well. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna leave them. I had turned down the heat because it was getting a little smoke and I don't want them to cook too fast. So I'm gonna cut it back up over medium. I like a crunch to my asparagus. Some people like them cooked a little longer. So depending on how long you want them cooked, it don't take asparagus that long to cook as well. Keep flipping them. I did put a lot of them on there. Oh my God, it smells delicious. Okay, so I'm gonna let that cook for a while. Then I'm gonna flip it and let it cook for 3 to 4 minutes on the other side. And by that time, the lobster should be ready. And I'll show you guys how to bring this dish all together. So the lobster should be pretty much ready. They've been frying for about 7 to 8 minutes, and look at it. Oh, nice and beautiful. That's what you guys want to see. And I put a Cajun seasoning on here, so that's why they're you got the color of Cajun. But that's how you want it to look, nice and crispy with a crispy coating. So now I'm going to go ahead and remove the asparagus and the lamb. And look at there. My smart microwave vent hood went off. Thank you. Sometimes these smart houses think they're smarter than you. So, look at that pepper. Nice and little char. I can actually do an open face quick char on it. It takes only a couple of minutes on direct heat on the fire. But I didn't want to do that. So removing the chops, and like I said, depending on how well or how medium you want your lambs, you can leave it on there a little more if you want, or you could have taken them off a little earlier. So I'm gonna bring this plate together because I'm ready to eat. And you can serve it. You can serve it how you want, but I'm going to eat it like this. One chop. Two chops. Do I want 2 or 3? I'm hungry. And it just looks so amazing. 3 chop. And then I'm going to take my lobster tail. Come on now, work with me. I'm going to eat you regardless. I don't know, just play with it, make it pretty. They want to be the starlight of the show. And to finish it off, I like to, you gotta have that pepper. It just make it look like it's nice. And this lobster is just not cooperating. Like to sprinkle a little lemon on it, even on the lobster. And as you see, I grill that lobster as well. I like sauce. I tell you guys all the time, I like sauce. And over here, I just did a little butter and minced garlic that I'm going to sprinkle. I told you, sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Sprinkle love, sprinkle sauce. And, you know, I got to do my food grass. Although I have a green, you still can't go wrong with food grass. Stick a little piece, get a lemon some color too. We ain't gonna leave it out. Decorate your food, make it look like pretty. That is a quick midweek home. Less than 25 minutes to make. And it's a 5-star meal. You have your grilled asparagus with your grilled chops, your deep fried lobster tail, and I grilled a jalapeno pepper. Like I said, that's optional. But it looks like I'm at a 5-star restaurant. And you can make that in your home for under 25-30 minutes. The ingredients, again, would be, that measurement will be in the description. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, hit the notification button because I have a lot more easy but fancy, sexy recipe coming to you guys soon. I appreciate you guys tuning in every time you do. I really, really thank you. I'm very humble and appreciate it. Don't just watch. Don't just like. Please subscribe. I am giving away, we'll be giving away some free giveaways for the next 3 weeks for all new coming subscribers. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. It will be in the form of either Cash App, gift cards, and the final grand prize would be a free meal for 2 that you don't want to miss. So make sure you guys subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification button. I appreciate you guys. Thank you again for tuning in to my channel, Nikel's Food for the Soul. Until next time, bye-bye.